Hey, what's up you guys, it's Aaron. Today we're going to be going over the blasters for Nerf Gun Game 7.0. I can't believe it's the 7th one already. When I first started making these videos, I had no idea I'd be going this far. But hey, I think it'll keep continue, probably doing 8 or 9. They keep coming out with Nerf blasters, and there's still a whole bunch of old ones that I still haven't touched, really rare ones that I haven't found yet. So, I guess I'm going to keep making them until I run out of Nerf blasters. They're obviously some of my most popular videos. I keep getting requested to make the next one, and I love making them. So I'm going to show you the 20 different Nerf weapons, products, blasters. Let's just jump right into it. So first up, gun number 1 is the Sharpfire. This is a Breech system blaster, and I hate the Breech system blasters. They're the worst. Wanna know why? Pull it back, put in a dart, if you can even get it in there. There you go. And fire. That's how long it takes to fire each shot. Obviously, I've said this before, if you've seen any of these other videos, not a big fan. They take way too long to reload. Question is, Aaron, why do you use them? One, I want to just show off all the different cool blasters for these videos, so you have to use it, and it looks cool. Like, I like the colors, blue and orange. So it's really similar to this. This is the original Sharpfire. This one came with just a front attachment. It also came with a stock back attachment, which could hold a bunch of darts. Basically the exact same blaster. At the end of the day, I hate all the Breech system blasters. Come on, Nerf. All right, next up, we got these two blasters. Honestly, don't know the names for these. These act more like attachments to put on other blasters. They're really cool. I really like them because they each have 5 spots for dart storage, and then they fire 1 dart each, and they're really easy to prime and fire. And then prime this one, and then boom! I dual wield them in the video. They're pretty easy to reload, and then pretty easy to prime. The best thing about these is if we take a rapid strike right here, these work as attachments. Now, is this practical at all? No, not at all. It looks awesome though. The whole tactical thing, right? If you don't got a mag in there or something like that, you can fire them. But then the problem is to reload them. Doesn't work. So I don't know the names of these. These are old blasters from 2005. You can attach them to other blasters if you want. But yeah, so you can't get them anymore, but they work all right, I guess. They're pretty cool. Next up, we got the Hotshot. This is a mega blaster. Fits 1 mega dart in the front, 1 in the top. Basically the exact same thing as a big shock, other than it's a little bit bigger, and instead of priming on the bottom, prime in the back, and boom, there you go. Big fan of this. Big fan of the big shock. Super easy to reload, super small, easy to fire, looks awesome. And I've always been a big fan of the mega blasters. I just like the fact that the darts are bigger. Means that the darts are harder to lose, and they're a lot easier to see on camera as well. Next up, we got the double Breech. This is a 2-shot shotgun mega version of a Nerf gun. You can fit 2 mega darts in here. You just pull this Breech part back, prime this forward, and then 1, prime it again, and 2. Almost hit myself in the face. To try to put the other new darts in the Breech is not possible unless you pull it back, and then put 2 more darts in from the storage. Holds 4 here. Okay, my problem with this is, again, it's a Breech system blaster. It takes forever to reload. Would have been so much simpler if they had just had 4 or maybe even 5 shots in the front where you can just load the darts in the front. Now the cool thing is I believe they are coming out with something like that in the future, and I'll definitely be way more happier with that and use that in a lot more videos. Let's move on to a different blaster. Next up, we got the Snapfire Dart Tag Blaster. Big thanks to Lord Draconical. He actually gave me this. Thank you, Drac. Big shout out to him. And this is a great blaster. You don't have to prime this blaster at all just in the trigger. Snapfire. Pull the trigger back. There we go. Because of this, the trigger's a little bit harder to pull back, but you don't have to prime it, you don't have to do anything, it's just all on the trigger. And I think that's pretty awesome. You can change the amount of power or the speed you want. You turn it from right here, speed, there, or you can change it back to power. And it just changes the tension in the trigger here. So if it's down to power, it's harder to pull the trigger back, but the darts go farther. And if it's up to speed, less tension on the trigger, but then you're able to pull the trigger faster. Next up, we got the Disruptor. This is basically a reskinned strong arm. It's literally the exact same blaster. The strong arm has this bottom part and the Disruptor doesn't. And because the strong arm has this bottom part, it has a little button here to be able to pop the drum out. Pretty much the exact same. However, I like the Disruptor a lot better because I think the Disruptor is a lot easier to reload. I can just quickly pop in darts, spin it really easy, while the strong arm I have to take time and pop this out. I think one of the biggest problems with Nerf wars is that you fire all your guns for about 10 to 15 seconds and then you gotta go pick up all the darts for the next 5 minutes. And that's like pretty typical for every Nerf war. So the faster you can reload, the better the Nerf blaster it is for me. Oh, Nerf. Why the Breech system? I hate the Breech system. So this is an AccuStrike series blaster. Basically the same as the Sharpfire. Take a dart from the bottom where it can store 2 AccuStrike darts. Put it in. If I can get it in, frick. Oh. Josh, you already put a dart in here.
You didn't tell me until after not to load those ones.
Shut up! My buddy Josh is helping me out in this video, just in case you're wondering.
Hi.
Get out of here! Thank you, Josh. Put a dart in. There you go, and fire. Works okay. I do really like the look of this one though. This is definitely another one I wouldn't recommend as well. But it looks cool and hopefully it looks good in Gun Game 7, right? That's all that matters. Next up, we got the Negotiator. This thing is awesome. It fits 8 darts, prime in the back, hammer shot style. And there we go. Basically a hammer shot, it's a little bit bigger and it can hold more darts, which is definitely awesome. I think a stock hammer shot holds 5 darts, this holds 8. However, this has a ton of wasted space. Like a solid inch on the top, solid inch on the bottom, a solid inch on the top, solid inch on the bottom. It definitely looks better in the video. That's always a positive. I always mention that. Easy to spin, easy to fire, easy to reload. I'm a fan of the Negotiator. All right, next up, we got a Zombie Strike Series blaster. This is the Outbreaker bow. Prime from the back. It's kind of got like a scissors handle, which is kind of weird, I guess. Pull the trigger, and there we go. Fits 5 darts in it. Not a big fan of the way this one looks. Nothing too special. As usual with most of the crossbows, the crossbow part is completely useless. It'll still prime and fire without this, and in fact, this can just come off and has absolutely no purpose other than cosmetics. And then with that, you just have this, but then I would just recommend using something like, again, a hammer shot, which has the exact same amount of shots, like half the size. And the stock on the back, if this you can even call a stock, is just not practical at all either. So this ain't nothing special. I would much more recommend the Zombie Strike Crossbolt. It has 4 compared to 5 shots, but you can just reload them from the front, very easy. Prime in the back. It's much easier to use, much more solid. Not a big fan of this. So this is the Zombie Strike Bio Squad Eraser. Very similar to the Abolisher, except much worse. The Abolisher has 8 shots, fires 2 at a time. This one has only 1. Prime and fire. Both these can fit either the water canister that comes with the Abolisher in it, or the biofoam that they come with. And then from that, you just pull the trigger. Hey Josh, wanna come here for a second? This won't hurt, I swear.
Hi,
I promise.
Are you sure? Okay.
Cover your eyes.
I'm ready.
Oh, come on. Did we use all of it? No way. Please, tell me there's some in there still. If one of the guys freaking while we were filming the video decided to use it all up, I'm not gonna be happy. I don't know, I hear something in there. Come on, Nerf. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it smells horrible.
It doesn't actually.
It's not foam.
Why is it? It's not foam. What the heck is happening?
Oh, disgusting!
Okay, the face.
Yeah. You would have a change of shirt for me.
I do. What the heck? It's supposed to be foam. What is going on? I don't know. Maybe it just ran out of the foaming material. Maybe you have to use it all right away. Come on, Nerf, get your biofoam correct. Sorry, Josh. Thanks, man. Okay, so apparently, now it's just shooting liquid. I'll cut in a shot here of us spraying the foam on someone. I would recommend getting the Racer. If you do want something like this, get the Abolisher because you can shoot water out of it instead of foam. It's got more shots than this does, so moving on to a different blaster. Next up, we got the Rampage Sonic Ice version. I did use the Raider in Gun Game 4, which is very similar. One of them is just the Elite version of the other. They prime in the front. You can put in your magazine. Got a 35 dart drum here. Put it in, pull it back, and you're all ready to go. And then you can slam fire it, kind of. Jeez, hitting myself in the face. Hold down the trigger. Yeah! Ah, Josh! Ah! Now this is kind of like a breech system blaster again. I'm not a big fan of this part. The fact that I can't take the freaking drum out. Ah! Drives me nuts. You have to prime it back. Then you can pull it out. Then you're good to go. Maybe that's the way they have to design it. I don't think so though, but that always bothered me with any of the blasters. The Retaliator, the Long Shot, any of those type of blasters. I think I've definitely damaged a ton of my blasters, and I think a lot of kids and other people out there damage their blasters as well, where, we'll start again. Look how much time that takes. What a wasted 2 seconds, you know? Come on, Nerf. People out there, including myself, are trying to... You can jam it in there. That's probably not very good for the blaster. However, it worked, and then... Trying to pull it out. Annoying. All right, next up we got the Captain Cassian blaster. This is one of my new favorites. It is a Strife reskin. Accelerator button for the flywheels. Boom, and then you just pull the trigger to fire. It's got some lights in the front. It usually also makes a sound as well. However, I rewired this so that it can rev out without a mag in there, and then it usually does the sound. I like this blaster because I like the strife. I also like it because it's a Star Wars theme. I like it because it's blue, and I love the attachments that come with it. Silencer at the front, scope, and then a stock. Definitely looks like Captain Cassian's blaster that he uses in Rogue One. Didn't put the accelerator button in properly. It kind of sticks. Come on, Aaron, get your stuff together. And then in the video, I also used a 22 worker mag. Fire away. Button is for right-handed people. The strife has it on the bottom. I don't know why for this one. They put it only on the right side. Next up, if you've been watching the channel a lot recently, you know what this blaster is. This is my new favorite Nerf blaster. This is the Rival Nemesis. Rival blaster has a 100-round hopper. Super easy to reload in the top here. This is the on and off switch. Won't work unless the switch is up. And then it's full auto, shoots 100 feet per second, and team blue all the way, as usual. And yeah, this thing is just awesome. Big fan of paintball. Waited years for them to make the closest thing they could to paintball for Nerf, and they finally did it. Die, John, die! The first time I did a video on these, I ended up finding rival balls sitting on top of all of my blasters in the room for like 2 weeks. Luckily, I'm not gonna do the full hopper, but I'll probably find some again. Next up is the Nerf Nitro. It is a blaster that I lent to Lord Draconical so he can do a video for it because it's only exclusively in Canada right now. It's this blaster that shoots foam cars. You basically take the blaster, put it on the ground, prime it, pull the trigger, and a little foam car shoots out. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't think it's very practical at all. Can't really see you using it for much, but it's unique, it's cool, and I could see you having fun with it. Dude, perfect. This is a Howler Football with a Dude Perfect reskin. Basically a Joel reskin, right? Nerf logo. Oh, I guess the Dude Perfect logo is the same either way, isn't it? I didn't even think about that. That's awesome. These things are great. I love the Howler Footballs. I have a couple of these. They're great. They're just like bring to the park, throw around. I use them as a grenade in my videos, starting with Gun Game 3, man. Next up, we got Thor's hammer. The head of the hammer here is very soft, very foam. Very foam. So you can hit someone pretty hard. Josh, come here.
Oh.
Look at that. You can abuse your friends and it doesn't even hurt them. The handle of the hammer is like solid plastic, so you wouldn't want to hit anybody with that, but the head is super soft and it's super easy to throw as well, which we use I think once or twice in the video. Next up, we got grenades. These come from a modulus kit, which means you can clip them onto the side of a blaster and then fit them on. Just use them as grenades and explosions and chaos and craziness. Nerf gun game, oh my gosh. But they're really light, probably too light actually, meaning you can't throw them that far. That's a negative. They look pretty decent, look like actual grenades. Josh, catch! Next up, got the Nerf Fire Vision Sports Bat. I originally bought these thinking these were foam, so we could hit someone. Like in Gun Game 3, we used the Zombie Strike bats, and these are not. These are solid plastic. So here's the visor, here's the ball that they come with. See. There you go. You can actually hit them decently far. The best part about these, which kind of blew my mind the first time I saw them, is you put these on. Look like you're from Star Trek or something. I look like a dork, but that's okay. The special thing about this is at night in the dark, the light somehow reflects off the inside of the ball and you can see it glowing, but no one else can see it. Only you, because you have the light on your head. It's super weird.
You shall be assimilated.
Anyways, the first time I saw it, I thought it was quite cool. The fact that the wearer of these glasses can see the ball much better. So, though it sucks that they weren't foam, I was highly impressed with these still. I thought they were very cool. The problem with them being plastic though is in the video, I went to hit someone for a second time alone on the ground and I hit my buddy Elijah on the crotch. He was out of commission for a solid like 5 or 10 minutes. It made for a pretty hilarious outtake.
Boom!
Sorry, Elijah. Next up, we got a Nerf knife. This comes from one of the modulus kits. You can just attach it to any blaster, but I think it works probably the best with the modulus. Boom, goes on there. So it acts as a bayonet, but it also works. CSGO, Call of Duty, you know, the good stuff. I like holding it like this so your fingers are on the front and then your thumb is just missing the plastic piece. Swipe across your body, Black Ops 2 style, right? The final weapon for Nerf Gun Game 7 is the Nerf Blow Dart Blaster. Take a dart, pop it in, let it fall all the way to the bottom, and there you go. Shoots one at a time. It's pretty ridiculous. I think it's a lot of fun, actually. One of my favorite things about this is it comes with a rail attachment. So the moment I saw that, I had to throw a scope on there. How awesome is that? You know, you can try to use your nose, try to get your head down there. Easy to reload, easy to fire. and surprisingly shoots a decent distance. I don't know how far it actually shoots, but it works all right. And in my opinion, it was definitely a great blaster to end off Nerf Gun Game 7. Well guys, that is the blasters for Nerf Gun Game 7. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're gonna enjoy the real thing as well. I had a ton of fun going over these blasters here. I had a ton of fun shooting Nerf Gun Game 7. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. Comment down below what your favorite blaster is. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Mine is, of course, as usual, the Nemesis. If you guys want to interact with me a little bit more, make sure you follow me on my Instagram and/or Twitter, just at Aaron Esser. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.